Welcome everyone. So today we'll be solving one problem on cube. So everyone know how a cube looks like. So how will we do the projection of the solid with respect to our cube? So you know that cube, we play a puzzle game in cube where we can rotate and form the required rubrics and do the calculation and all, right? Similarly, a cube in a solid will be having all sides equal. So it is just like a square, any side or the surface you visualize. The side everywhere will be equal. If it is a 50 mm cube, all the sides which are there in the cube will be equal to 50 mm. So this is about the cube, how does it look like. So now coming to the problem, it is told that it is a cube of 40 mm side. So all sides of the cube here are of 40 mm. So how it is resting? It is resting on one of its edge, right? So if we consider this as our horizontal plane and the vertical plane, if the given cube is resting on one of its side or the edge, we have to keep that side or the edge towards our right. So we will be having the opposite side or the edge towards our left. Okay, this is towards our right and this is towards our left, because we fix the side which is resting on HP towards our right always. So once this is done, once the position of the cube is placed, so now you will view from the top. So when you view from the top, what you see, you will just see an regular square as our top view. So all sides will be equal to 40 mm. And similarly, then you view from the front view. So when you view from the front view, if you project the front view to our vertical plane, it also looks like a square, not a rectangle. Don't confuse with that of square prism. In square prism, the square prism is bounded by rectangular surface, and hence we see a rectangular surface here. Since it is a cube, when you view from the front, you will just have a square as our front view. Along with that, the axis line will be visible because you have the center of the top surface and the bottom surface. So the axis height passing through the top and the bottom surface also will be visible when we see through our front view. So we will be showing the axis line. So in case of cube, when it is resting on one of its edge, the top view also looks like a square and the front view also looks like a square. Right, so when you view from the top surface will be visible and the bottom surface will not be visible. So write the top surface naming outside the bracket and bottom surface naming within the bracket. So let us start off with the top view. So before that, always we should draw XY line. Please name it as X and Y. Write VP and HP. So I told you, when you see the cube in horizontal, when you place the cube in the horizontal plane and when you view from the top, a square will be visible as our top view. So you will draw a regular square. Right, so the dimension of the square will be of side 40 mm. So you just draw a horizontal line, measure 40 mm, draw perpendicular lines, okay, such that this will be 90 degree, and then measure 40 mm cut an arc, measure 40 mm and cut an arc. You will get all the four corners joined immediately. No need of showing that it is right angle. So for always problem on solids, we should identify the center. So kindly identify the center point of it. Okay, if this is the center, O will be visible and O1 will not be visible, because the center of the top will be visible and the center of the bottom will not be visible. And again, while writing the naming for the corner of the square, I told you that if we consider A, B, C and D as the naming for the top surface, this will be visible. A1, B1, C1, D1 will not be visible. So you will write A for the top surface, A1 for the bottom surface, which will be hidden within the bracket. Similarly, B of the top surface, B1 of the bottom surface, which will be hidden. C of the top surface and C1 of the bottom surface, which will be hidden. D of the top surface and D1 of the bottom surface, which will be hidden. So after this, we need to take the projection above. Right? So kindly take the projection above. Let it be very thin line. I am using a marker. I cannot identify the thick and thin line over here, but you please maintain it. Take the projection from the center also. So here the axis of the cube will be visible. So we have to show the axis line pattern passing through the center. So please draw an axis line. Right? And you know that it is in 40 mm side cube. So please from the center you measure 40 mm. Okay, so measure 40 mm exactly and just cut an arc. Okay, so similarly extend the projection from this side and from this side also. Measure 40 mm and cut an arc. Measure 40 mm and cut an arc. Then join it. So remaining part of the construction line you can erase it out. So after that you can show the height of the axis as equal to 40. Then you have to show the naming also. So when the observer views from here, let us do the naming for bottom surface first and then for top. Bottom surface is associated with D1 and A1. D1 and A1 is along the same line. In this, D1 will be visible when he views from bottom, A1 will not be visible. So you will write D1 dash outside the bracket and A1 dash within the bracket. So when the observer views from here, the center O1 will not be visible. So here we will write it as O1 dash within the bracket. And again when the observer views from here, C1 and B1 will be along the same line. C1 will be visible, B1 will not be visible. So you will write C1 dash outside the bracket and B1 dash within the bracket. And similarly give the naming for the top surface. So the top surface is associated with A and D. So when the observer views from here, D will be visible and A won't be visible. So you will write D dash outside the bracket and A dash within the bracket. So center you will write it as O dash which will be visible, and again C and B will be along same line. When the observer views from down, C will be visible, B won't be visible. So you will write C dash outside the bracket and B dash within the bracket. So this will be the first stage front view and the top view of the given cube when it is resting on one of its edge. So after first stage, you have to see what is the data given related to our axis inclination to HP. So here the axis is inclined to 50 degree to HP. So what we do is we leave some space and take the axis line here for 50 degree inclination. Show the angle as equal to 50 degree. So once you take 50 degree to HP, you please measure the distance from O1 dash to C dash. What is that? Kindly move on this 50 degree line until and unless it cuts our XY plane. So it cuts at particular point. So you will be knowing the reference point from which you have cut. So kindly join those two. Okay, so this line will be exactly perpendicular to our axis height. Okay, so after this now we have to shift the front view from vertical position to inclined position, right? So you please measure, you extend this line little bit, you measure the distance from O1 dash to D1 dash, how much it is? Just cut an arc. So after this, kindly measure, take the projection parallel to our axis line and measure 40 mm because it looks like a square. It is a square only. Measure 40 mm and just cut an arc. And here also measure 40 mm and cut an arc. Measure 40 mm and cut an arc. Measure 40 mm, cut an arc, and again from the center measure 40 mm and cut an arc. So join all together. So we now shifted our front view from vertical position to inclined position as the axis is inclined to 50 degree to HP. So once this is done, give the same naming, don't do any change. So this is D1 dash, in the bracket A1 dash. So this is O1 dash. So this is C1 dash, in the bracket it is B1 dash. So similarly here D dash, A dash, O dash, C dash and B dash. Same naming you please write. So after that we need to see how our top view looks like. For that we need to take the projection down. So please take the projection from each and every corner. Okay. After you take the projection down, kindly extend the projection from front view also and also from the center. Please draw proper parallel lines, okay? And after drawing the projections from the front and the top view, kindly erase the extra lines. So once you erase the extra lines, start reading the locus. So locus of A is meeting, locus of A1 is meeting A1 dash at this point, so this is our A1. Locus of D1 is meeting D1 dash at this point, so this is our D1. Locus of C1 is meeting C1 dash at this point, so this is our C1. Locus of B1 is meeting B1 dash at this point, so this is our B1. So this was the naming of the bottom surface. Similarly, we have to name for top surface. So locus of A is meeting A dash at this point, so this is our A. So locus of B is meeting B dash at this point, this is our B. Locus of D is meeting D dash at this point, so this is our D. Locus of C is meeting C dash at this point, so this is our C. So we named the top surface as well as the bottom surface. And then please name the centers also. So locus of O1 is meeting O1 dash at this point, so this is our O1. Locus of O is meeting O dash at this point, so this is our O. So now the given cube first was in vertical position where the axis was vertical. Later the given cube was shifted for an axis inclination of 50 degree, right? So now we have to project down to see how the front view looks like. So when it is projected down, we can see the upper surface totally and some part of the bottom surface, but the outer boundary will be visible totally. So we will join the outer boundary first. A dash to B dash, B dash to A to B, B to C. Please darken it. D to C, C to C1, D1 to C1, A1 to C1, right? So when the observer views from here, when the axis has been inclined, when the observer views from here, the top surface will be visible totally. So you will draw the top surface, okay? Join it. Similarly, you have the corner here on XY line, and hence the projection passing through this corner will be hidden. So when the corner is on XY line, the projection coming through that corner will be always hidden line. So change that to hidden line, right? So apart from that, the projection coming through the corner of the outer surface will be visible, so that we have done. So we have the center line. So show the center line pattern. So this is how the second stage, top view and the front view looks like, right? So next, what is being told? See the inclination of VP. So VP inclination is 30 degrees. So we have to see whether the axis is inclined or the edge. It is telling the side which was resting on HP, the same side is inclined to VP also. So which is the side which was resting on HP? It is BC. So the same side is now inclined to VP at 30 degree. So what we do is, first we take 30 degree line. Take 30 degree line and we have to shift the same base, same side to 30 degree to VP. So So this side BC, the true length of the side BC in the first stage and the true length of the side BC in the second stage remains the same, right? And hence no need of determining the apparent angle. So now we will replace the same side here for our 30-degree inclination. So you cannot take BC, that is a top surface. Always the bottom surface B1 and C1 will be on HP plane, and top surface will not be touching the HP plane. So we will take the naming of B1 and C1 on 30 degree to VP. So true length of B1 and C1 and true length of B1 and C1 in second stage is same. So you measure the same distance and place it on 30-degree line. Okay, so this is the distance what we are keeping. So we fixed B1 and C1, but this B1 and C1 is a hidden line. So please change that to hidden line. So once you got B1 and C1, we need to reconstruct the remaining part of the cube. So you know that it looks exactly vertical line. So you have to draw vertical line passing through B dash and C dash. So after that you see from B dash to A dash what is the distance. You measure it as A, and again from C1 to D what is the distance. You cut and measure this as D. I have less space, so I am just showing it little bit compressed way. So you measure A to B, okay, and measure D to C. So kindly join it, give the name as C and B, and later come back and measure from B1 to A1 what is the distance. Okay, just cut an arc and again measure from C1 to D1 what is the distance and just cut an arc. So after cutting the arc, kindly erase the extra lines. You need to identify the center. So for that you should identify the midpoint of it. So identify from A1 to the midpoint what is the distance is. You will get the reference point. So from here just draw a construction line. After that you measure from the midpoint to O1 what is the distance is. Just make the reference point, right? And similarly from the midpoint to O what is the distance is. Make a reference point. Then this as O and this as O1. So now we have shifted the entire second stage top view to the third stage. Only the difference is the side which was resting on HP, B1 and C1, the same side is now inclined to BP at 30 degree. So give this name as A1 and this is as D1, right? So after that we will take the projection above. So please take the projection from C, projection from D, projection from C1, projection from D1, projection from B, projection from A, projection from B1 and projection from A1. Okay, see that you take the projection from all points. You have to take the projection from O also and from O1 also. Use scale, pencil properly and draw parallel lines. And later, please take the projection from front view also. Take the projection from D dash, A dash, take the projection from O dash, take the projection from C dash and B dash, right? And also take the projection from D dash and A dash, D1 dash and A1 dash, and also take the projection from O1 dash. After extending the projection, kindly erase the extra lines. After you erase the extra lines, start reading the locus. So locus of A1 is meeting A1 dash at this point. Right, so this is our A1 dash. So locus of this is locus of B1 is meeting D1 dash at this point. So this is our D1 dash. And then locus of C1. So this is C1. Locus of C1 is meeting C1 dash at this point. So this is our C1 dash. And what is this left? A is over D is over C is over B. So locus of B is meeting B dash at xy line. So this is our B1 dash. So similarly read the locus of A. So locus of A is meeting, so this is the locus of A is meeting A dash at this point. So this is our A. So locus of B, so this is the locus of B, it is meeting B dash, sorry, locus of B, it is meeting B dash at this point. So this is our B. And locus of C is meeting C dash at this point. So this is our C. Sorry, this is our D. Locus of D is meeting D dash. Sorry. So locus of A is done, and after that locus of B is done. Yeah, then locus of D. So locus of D is meeting D dash at this point. So this is our D. And then what is left out? Locus of C. So locus of C is meeting C dash at this point. So this is our C. So we got the bottom square as well as the top square. Right? So now what we have to do is, we have to join the outer boundary, so which is visible. So B1 dash to C1 dash, C1 dash to C dash, C to D, D to A to A dash, A1 dash to B1 dash. So this will be visible. This is B1 dash. So this is just B. Okay. So now outer boundary is visible. So after that you have to see that when the observer views from here, the bottom surface will be visible. So kindly join the bottom surface A1 dash to D1 dash, D1 dash to C1 dash. So A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, write it outside if it is not visible, and D1 dash. So bottom surface when the observer views from here will be visible. So that we have darkened. And I told you that the projection coming through the corner of the outer surface will be visible. So this we have joined, and this also we have joined. So we have one more corner which is passing through the outer surface. So this will be a continuous thick line. So join this. Right? So apart from that, what's happening here is we have one more surface which is passing through inside the surface. So you can see B1 dash to B is passing through inside the surface. So please make this as hidden line. So this projection coming through hidden will be always hidden. So you make this also hidden. B to A also as a hidden line. So apart from that, we have the center line what we haven't named yet. So we have O1. O1 is meeting O1 dash. So this is the locus of O is meeting O1 dash at this point. So this is our O1 dash. Similarly, we have the locus of O is meeting O1 dash at this point. So this is our O dash. So we have to join the axis. Show the axis line pattern and join the axis. So this is how the final stage front view and the top view looks like for the given cube problem when it is resting on one of its edge. So always we should consider if it is a cube problem, all the sides will be equal, and hence the top and the front view will look like a square exactly. Then the regular process is same. you will take the inclination of HP, and then if the side has been inclined to BP, you will take the side directly. If it was axis inclination, then we would have determined the apparent angle and then do the remaining part of the third stage. Thank you.